shit. You're a stupid fucking bitch. Get the fuck up off my dick. Get the fuck up off my dick. Like, please end your fucking life. Please end your fucking life. I really gotta emphasize, no one cares if you're alive. You're a fucking penis hole. Grab a dick and eat it whole. I need to know if you were dropped when you were just a fetus though. You're so fucking ugly and your face is fucking foul. Jeez, you're so fucking loud. Can you shut your fucking mouth? Can you shut the fuck up? You're a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. You're a stupid cunt. Suck my dick. Shut the fuck up. Stop being a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. Nobody even wants you here. Yeah. Close your fucking mouth, you're just really fucking dense. If you hate me, why you talking? You don't make no fucking sense. Got a sad life, go to fucking hell. Are you stupid or disabled, man? I can't fucking tell. Man, you're a fucking dumb shit. You don't even run shit. Get the fuck up out my face and go to hell and eat a dick. Come and catch these hands, boy. Come and match these bands, boy. I'm not crazy, I just do it all because I can, boy. I hope you fucking die in a high-speed car crash. I hope you fucking fall head first and get your neck cracked. I hope you have some beautiful children that die from cancer. I hope you catch Zika when your wife gets pregnant. I hope you win the lottery and die the next day, and your daughter has to see you getting lowered in your grave. Like, that was a little dark. I'm sorry. That was a little dark. Very poor taste. Shut the fuck up. I shouldn't have said that. You're a fucking cunt. Actually, no, I should have. Shut the fuck up. I didn't say enough. You're a stupid cunt. Suck my dick. Shut the fuck up. Stop being a fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up. Nobody even wants you here.
Paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural, and this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna
I worked out this morning.
Here's the thing. I became infamous on the internet in 2016 for accidentally beating off on camera. Now, luckily, nothing was shown. There was absolutely nothing exposed to the internet. It was just me doing my OFANs. I went viral for it. I just want the bust. Oh, man. Bust. Give me the monster. Bust. Wow, it's big. Bust. Oh my God, look how big he is. Oh my God. Wow. That thing is a monster. I just want the bust. Oh man. Bust. Give me the monster. Wow, it's big. Bust. I just want the give me the monster. I just want the
vibrant and robust.
I just want the bust. I just want the give me the monster. I just want the wow, it's big.
Where did the load go?
I just want the bust. Oh man. Bust. Give me the monster. Bust. Wow, it's big. Bust. I just want the bust. I just want the bust.
She walks in like a wildfire, neon in the night, horror and hellfire. Yeah, she's burning up the lights, every salty comment's just another spark she bends. She turns their crying into content, that's the message that she sends. And all the fanboys tremble, they don't know how to cope. Every meltdown in her mentions gets dragged without hope. They call her mommy hellfire like she's some kind of myth. Empress of the salt storm, crowned with every angry riff. She's the queen of your delusion, standing tall above
Well, hello, everybody. Good morning. How are you doing? How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing very well. I'm doing just fine. Got lots of salt today. Obviously, there's been a bunch that's building up. I didn't get to it yesterday, so we're gonna get to it today. And of course, if you can't already tell, we are starting with my least favorite motherfucker, Harmon. This was the video where he put Alex on the thumbnail. I think Alex recorrected this last night, see? Fucking idiot. Really thought that that was a good idea. He thought he was smart. Thought he was slick. So let's see exactly why he put Alex on here and what he has to say, right? I'll put this on 2x speed per usual. Because dude just talks too fucking long. What's up, Diz? Also, what's up, Valkyrie, Blast, Golden Apples, Oleander Rainbow, Chaos Raziel. Let's go.
The number one exclusive on PC is porn, and the number two is social media.
No, it's not exclusive. We have all of your games. We don't need things to be exclusive. All your games belong to us. You're just better like that.
With that being said, now that we've clarified this and talked about this, is it any wonder that the PC gaming community is so consistently filtered by Nintendo games? Now, they are being filtered by the difficulty.
Do you know what filtered means? I don't think you know. I don't think it means what you think it means. I don't think it means what you think it means, Harmon. I'm pretty sure that filtered means that you can't hack it. You can't play the games. All you have are baby games. None of the games that you have are in any way, shape, or form. Difficult enough to filter anybody out. Now, when that new Dark Souls game that's exclusive to the Switch, that might filter people. That's probably because it's going to run like shit. Also, Des says that porn is used most on phones and PS5s. That doesn't shock me. Alright, Zombie Killer. Let's not call him a woman. Let's not do that. We can call him a bitch, but let's not misgender people, because we don't need anybody coming at us for any reason like that.
Or the genre or the specific franchises, they are filtered by the sheer idea of the fact that Nintendo games aren't made for boomer base. Okay, you're not supposed to jack it to Super Mario Bros. After you get through all of the levels and save Princess Peach at the end. You're not supposed to get hard after beating a Zelda dungeon, and you're not supposed to speedrun Super Metroid so you can see Samus take her clothes off. Okay, that's not.
What? What? Hold on. I need to hear that back.
Okay, you're not supposed to jack it to Super Mario Bros. After you get through all of the levels and save Princess Peach at the end. You're not supposed to.
You do that. So why are you saying that people can't do that? You do it.
Get hard after beating a Zelda dungeon, and you're not supposed to speedrun Super Metroid so you can see Samus take her clothes off. Okay.
But you want that. So why are you saying any of this? This is exactly what you want, you fucking weirdo. I don't... Why are you calling yourself out at every turn? Why?
That's not something that's ever happened. That's not something anybody cares about. We're not PC gamers.
Yes, but you want to cry and complain. You want to cry and complain that the women in gaming aren't hot enough for your standards, and therefore they're woke. So why exactly are you making these arguments? You're just arguing against yourself. But that's always what you're doing.
We're here for the games, and we are here to have fun, to actually play the games. And this is the real truth of the divide between the PC master race and the Nintendo community. Nintendo fans will play Nintendo games for hours and hours on end because we love them that much. We love...
Most of them are kids. Most of them are children, Harmon. They don't have the capacity. They don't have the capacity to be gooners yet. And we know that you goon. Like crazy. Continue to try and obfuscate and talk like You don't have that shit going on. We know what's happening. We know.
Games. We love Nintendo. We love Nintendo hardware. We love this
Is
stuff.
that better, Chaos Raziel? Tell me if that's better.
PC gamers, on the other hand, will maybe spend like a couple of hours a day on social media complaining about Nintendo games, complaining about Nintendo consoles, complaining about like Nintendo's legal team.
I'm not seeing that at all. Nobody's complained about that besides saying, hey, this shit is not okay. And they're right. We have every right to call Nintendo out for their shitty fucking practices. I don't even spend that much time online. I don't know any of the salt miners that do. We have lives, bro. I spent 130 hours on Assassin's Creed Shadows because I had to. What are you exactly doing with your life? You're putting out like 3 videos a day, complaining about everybody else. How long do you think that takes you to put together and upload? Hours? So shut the fuck up.
Complaining about character designs, complaining about like alleged censorship, making videos on
I'm still waiting for you to tell me if it's loud enough, Chaos Raziel.
it, streaming about it 5 hours a night, complaining about Nintendo fans. You know, like how many PC gamers are doing commentary videos on this video right now?
I know 2, maybe 3. Still not seeing what you mean by filtered.
Okay, they're doing this instead of actually playing a PC game because these guys.
I'll be playing them later. I can also take that argument and use it against you. How many times are you online making these videos instead of playing Nintendo games? Ding ding, we have a dumbass.
Guys are not playing video games. They don't care about video games. And as a result of that,
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I'm excited to get into Persona 5. I was playing a free game, Darkenstein 3D, all day yesterday. Because it was fun. What are you talking about, Armin? I don't think you know what you're talking about whatsoever.
they have been filtered. Traditionally, getting filtered
What does filtered mean? Define it.
has always been like associated with like not being able to beat the game and not being able to deal with the difficulty. But in the modern era, like things have changed where we are seeing people who are like downplaying Nintendo games when they haven't played them and have no intention of playing them because
That doesn't mean they've been filtered. It means that we have standards. We can watch other people play them. We're not going to spend our hard-earned money on that bullshit. I, for one, have spent hours playing Legends ZA and it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. It blows cheeks.
simple fact of the matter is they simply have no interest in gaming at all. What they care about is grifting and making money off the community. You see this with
Lol. Arctic. No, I'm not going to do that. The point is to hear him so we can bash on him.
Nintendo, you see this with like the PC commentary channels, you see this with like the community as a whole, is that they cannot fathom people actually sitting and playing Nintendo games because
No, we can fathom them. We can fathom it. We can 100% fathom it. We just think that anybody that isn't a child is fucking stupid for doing it. You are big-upping and glazing bullshit.
at their core, PC gamers are non-gamers. They are worse.
Yes, I am. Okay. You want to play this game? We'll play this game, Herman. What have I most recently been playing? Okay, most recent games I've been playing. Hours played. Well, I know Darkenstein I played for 10 hours. That was all day yesterday. I played a couple hours of RV There Yet. I played an hour or 2 of Inside the Backrooms with Dez yesterday. What else? What else have I played recently? Oh, obviously the 130 hours of Assassin's Creed Shadows. I put in... Haven't touched that yet. I've put in 403 hours on Persona 4 Golden, 100%ing it. I played Little Nightmares for 5 hours. What do you mean? What do you mean, Harmon? What do you mean? You fucking idiot head. You're so fucking dumb. I hate it. You're an idiot. What do you mean?
Than casuals. They are lower than the low. They are the absolute base.
Thank you for being a member for 37 months. Pidgey, I appreciate you. I know you warned me Zayo was bad. Dez, I've already told you. I've said this before. I'm not buying it because I'm going to like it. I'm buying it because I'm a shiny hunter. And there are Pokemon in there that are easier to get. And the only way to get certain Pokemon in there that are shiny now. So it has nothing to do with it being good.
Baseline, bottom tier, bottom of the barrel, just parasites of the community. And it is high
No. I'm pretty sure I play more games than you do and put more hours in than you do. You're coping.
time we acknowledge that, because how many times over the past 6 months have we been told by these people that the Nintendo Switch 2 is failing, that none of the games are taking off?
They're not. It is failing. It's not selling the numbers that you think it was going to sell. Nobody besides children really like the games that have been put out. All 4 of them. You're coping so hard, it's hilarious.
That there's nothing interesting coming out this year, and yet some
There wasn't. Metroid Prime 4 was botched. ZA fucking sucks. Mario Kart World fucking sucks. Donkey Kong Bonanza I've heard is okay. That's the 4 games that you guys have brought out. 3 of the 4 fucking suck.
somehow, Metroid Prime 4 is doing well. Kirby Air Riders is doing well. Pokemon Legends ZA
Oh,
is
I'm sorry. Kirby Air Riders, but I'm hearing people have got mixed reactions on that.
doing well. We got Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. We got Mario Kart World. We got Donkey Kong Bonanza. And these guys seriously sat there and complained about all of it. When in actuality,
No, we haven't complained about all of it. We complained about some of it. I don't know anything about the Hyrule Warriors game. I haven't heard anybody give a shit about it.
pretty much everyone in the community was pretty overwhelmingly positive about all these releases.
No, that's not true. That's absolutely not true. Not overwhelmingly positive for Mario Kart. A lot of people fucking hated it. Donkey Kong Bonanza has been okay. Metroid Prime 4 is getting fucking ass blasted. Even by Nintendo fanboys. No matter how much you cope about it, does not make it true.
Now, are they the best titles ever? No, but the simple
Then why are you glazing them? You just ruined your whole argument. All right, next. He's done. He's ruined his whole argument. We're going to the next one. Okay, so here is X-Vault. Xbox fans' shocking reaction to Halo coming to PS5. I don't care. The only reaction that I've heard is, cool, more people get to play. And we get to fucking filter the PS5 fanboys because we know you're going to be able to tell who's who.
Until Halo Gears goes over, I refuse to believe it's everything.
No one cares. Nobody cares at this point. The only person that cares is you guys.
Please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming.
Give him hell, Chief.
He really thinks he's cooking with this, doesn't he? He thinks he's cooking with this, doesn't he? Oh, retarded koala. You are so retarded.
Alright everybody, welcome back to another X-Vault gaming video. X-Vault here, and today we're going to go over your next dose of the salty batch files. And yes, we still have more fallout from the alluded Halo reveal, where it's coming to the PlayStation ecosystem. So let's go ahead and jump to it.
God, you got trailers after trailers after intro trailers. What the fuck? Just get to the point.
Alright, so like I was saying, what we're going to do is get right to the theme of the matter here, the meat of the matter, if you will. What we're going to do is get right to the salt here. And why are we harboring down more on the Halo franchise and more of the salt there? Well, because, folks, look, this is an unprecedented time. This is a once-in-a-lifetime situation where you're not going to have...
No, it's not really. We've had games that have been going on other consoles at this point. It's all a matter of time. We knew this was coming. What are you talking about?
This type of salt, because this is one of those iconic pillars of a legacy for a platform finally going to a competing platform because, well, they lost the console war, so that's why we're here to have fun, kind of poke fun, have a good time. So that being said, let's start right to it here. The first example here from Raider, right? He states,
Phil Spencer and Don Maddock will be remembered as the worst management team. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna do some research here. We're gonna do some research, boys and girls. I'm not seeing anything on here that says he's an Xbox fanboy. And this was posted in October, so why are you covering it now in December? I don't understand why you're so high and mighty about it. But he's not wrong. It is wild that it's on there, but we knew it was happening. What is also wild is you thinking that the last 2 generations pretty much failing on Xbox's part doesn't make the people that were in charge the problem. They're, of course, they're the problem. They've completely misguided the Xbox One generation and the Xbox Series X and S generation. They have fucked themselves in the butt so hard. So what about this is wrong?
Phil Spencer and Don Matrick will be remembered as the worst management in any gaming company perhaps ever. They single-handedly destroyed any momentum gained with the Xbox 360 and completely ruined.
They did. They did. The Xbox One sucked. I remember buying it twice and selling it back twice. Because I had no interest in it.
The Xbox brand and all of its family and all their IPs, right? Halo on PlayStation is wild, right? It's just wild. And it is. And that's why we have to relook at this stuff, because a lot of folks that are hard.
So he's right. Then what is the gotcha here? You just admitted he's right. What's the gotcha? I'm waiting for it.
Core fans, just normal fans. And this I get, right? You're a normal fan. The same thing with a PlayStation fan. You've invested in their ecosystem and you're having a legacy IP title like, let's say, Uncharted, Last of Us, whatever, going to the competing platform because of consistent, terrible decisions being made over the last 15 years. And then you have terrible...
No, it's going to the other platforms because they've realized the smart thing is that it's no longer a console or the platform war. You make more money putting your shit on other people's platforms. They're going to be making, hand over fist, more money on a 20-year-old game. Because they're putting it on the PlayStation. Because we know you fuckheads are going to buy it.
Terrible content creators overhyping, lying, misinforming, and all that stuff, adding that fuel to the fire. I'd be a little pissed off too, but that being said, let's keep going. Additionally here, right? The Gotham City Sports rep stating on the Halo thread here, thanks for absolutely destroying the legacy of this franchise, tagging Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, and etc.
I mean, they did. They did. They did fuck it up. Halo hasn't been good since ODST and Reach. It's fucking sucked cheeks. 4 was okay. 5 was ass. Infinite has been ass. It has been ruined. What are you talking about?
First gift for the platform's biggest selling point is bringing it to the PlayStation while getting absolutely nothing in return. For those who stuck with it for decades, you're dead, basically, right? And as someone continues to pile on here, pile of cabbage here, you're mad that other people can play video games as well? Sounds like you need to get a life situation, which I get as well.
I would like to see you say the same thing about PlayStation games going on Xbox pile of cabbage, because I highly doubt that you're doing that.
But we do have to understand where these fans and fanboys are coming from, right? Again, shoe other foot. Gotham City Sports Report again. I'm mad that leadership dragged this platform and franchise so far into the effing gutter that they have to pimp it off to another competitor to keep it breathing like a $20.
He's not wrong.
You know, while I have to still go out and buy that competitor's hardware to play their marquee franchises, Xbox is dead, deal with it. And that's just it, right? And I think there's a lot of truth to be unpacked
Xbox as a console is. As a platform, no.
here from Gotham themselves, right? I think that's a pretty good comparison, if you ask me, because it's just like, hey, they're having to rely on other sources and cheapening it out, essentially, right? So I don't think there's a lot that cannot be taken away from this aspect, other than he's very upset, salty, and PO'd about it, which I would be too, right? I would be too. Shoe other foot, legacy title, like we've been continuing to go on. But as we continue, though, right? Fluffy here, he continues, imagine if Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer at Xbox P3 did the right thing, made all their games exclusive besides a very select few like COD. How much that
They would not make any money. There's not going to be more people that buy consoles. It's not going to happen. They're making more money by putting it on other platforms. You guys need to just get out of this. You need to get out of this headspace of it being a console war. It's not a console war, but it's a platform war. Period. Get with the times. You guys are boomers. You are effectively boomers of the gaming scene at this point. Because you just refuse to let it go.
would have driven console sales. Now as an Xbox fan, you lose the top franchise to PlayStation as well as an Xbox fan. What a horrible time, right? And that's the key takeaways here, right? You continue to look at that, and like I said, I mean, this guy's kind of stating what I've stated for quite some time now, right? Where it's like, yeah, it makes sense to have COD and a couple other franchises, stay multi-plat, get the most bang for your buck. However, I would have taken it a step further, and I would have made timed exclusivity a thing at the very most, or extra perks and stuff like that.
Why? Timed exclusivity has been a crutch. It has kneecapped PlayStation game sales. Final Fantasy 16 did not sell well on this PC because all of that momentum and excitement died over that whatever long months or year that it was timed and exclusive to PlayStation. So what?
they could have done it. I don't know what the go-ahead was. I don't know what the turnaround time was. I don't know what the urgency was, and it probably has to do with investors and everybody else around that portfolio. But I think they wanted that return much quicker. But I think they could have got a good leg up on this in helping in every way, shape, or form. So again, Fluffy rightfully upset, and they could have taken this in many different directions, kept exclusives, all that sort of stuff. And like I said, a lot of these folks.
Why do you care? Why do you care? Why do you care? You're part of the crowd that wants Xbox dead. So why do you care?
We're going to pad this sort of stuff with the fact that exclusives don't matter. It's a thing of the past, et cetera, all the time because their favorite brand lost. Yes, people are still doing it to this day at this very moment.
It's not my favorite brand. My favorite brand is PC. I'm on the PC. My favorite brand is Steam, is Valve. All your games belong to us. We don't care.
Those conversations with myself online, it's kind of crazy, but let's keep going here. So, Ileana here. F you, Xbox. I hope you generally crash one day. No one's buying your crap anymore without your few effing decent exclusives. Also, the F, didn't you wait for the next console launch to get rid of exclusivity because now millions of people bought your crap console for exclusives. F you. And I think this is a perfect.
Yeah, they're kind of stupid. A lot of people are behind the times. So what? You guys were just as mad when stuff started getting ported over to Xbox. You guys were livid when Helldivers went to the Xbox, even though it wasn't exclusive to begin with because it's on PC. So why are you... What's the point? You guys are hypocrites. You're just being hypocrites right now. You're pointing the fingers at yourself.
Perfectly sane crash out. Wist additionally adds bum-ass Xbox. I hate them. So, I mean, this is perfectly...
I mean, all of you guys fucking suck. All of you guys fucking suck. You're jacking up your prices of your consoles. You're jacking up the prices of your games. You're jacking up the prices of your services beyond comprehension and giving us nothing. All of you fucking suck. I'm gonna stick with my PC where I can buy like 10 games for the price of like one of yours.
Valid crash out, like I said. I mean, it's true. I mean, not only did they have a year or two within the landscape of the last 5 years where they didn't even have an exclusive, they brought to you Redfall and a couple other terrible stuff. And they continue to just kind of dole out all this stuff, and they give you the facade that exclusives were still going to be a thing. Please buy our console, do this, do that. They gave you this false hope, and again, the content creators like Colt and everybody else under the sun on the Xbox side of things misinformed the fan base and also overhyped and etc. Right? And it doesn't make for a good concoction.
You guys do that all the time on the PlayStation side. So what's the difference here? Why are you caring that Xbox guys are doing it when you do it? This is the concept of pointing a finger at somebody. When you point one finger, you've got 4 pointing back at you.
It doesn't make for good anything, but these folks are very upset, rightfully so. But again, what can we say? What can we say to this? Not much. I understand. I understand the temperament, but man, a lot of folks have been telling you guys what's going to be happening for a long time, so I don't understand why we have the crash out.
The temperament? You mean the sentiment? The sentiment.
After Halo was coming, when we told you Halo was coming, by the way. So, as we continue here, though, Alejandro, Xbox is dead. How can you release the biggest Xbox icon on PS5? Thanks for killing a brand, a console, a community, and Halo's 25 years legacy. Tags all the folks, right? You had everything. Best console.
All right, I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm super bored. What do I want to go on next? Let's pull up Joe.
Hello, and welcome to part 1 of a 3-part yearly wrap-up trilogy. Joe, what's going on? I'm scared. So every year I do a little wrap-up of the top 5 console fanboys that I've covered in the year prior. You're watching that.
He's going to do the top 5 console fanboys of 2025. We're going to get through some of this, and then I'm probably going to have to go downstairs because doggos are making noise, and they obviously need my attention, so... Sigh.
Video right now. We're going to get into it in a minute about the top 5 biggest console fanboys of the whole year. But here's the thing. We had a very big year at Joe from Seattle. We had a lot of content over at Joe from Seattle this year. And I feel the highlights of the year cannot be properly encapsulated by looking at 5 doofuses. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you the top 5 console fanboys of the year, like I always do. And then in a couple days, I will give you the top 5 worst game journalist takes of 2025. Because boy, gosh, oh golly, there were some really...
You're not right, Ginger King. You're not wrong, Ginger King. I'm sorry. You're not wrong, Ginger King. We've had so much salt over the last year. And I've only been doing it for like, what, 4 or 5 months?
bad ones this year. And then a few days after that, I'm going to give you the top 5 biggest PlayStation fanboy meltdowns of 2025, where we go over what I think are the 5
Perfect. Because PlayStation meltdowns constantly.
funniest instances from 2025 of PlayStation Twitter just breaking down over something stupid. Okay, we'll end the year with a bang. We'll do things large. We'll cover all the bases of Joe from Seattle because I make a lot of different kinds of content nowadays. But here's how we're going to start. We're starting with the top 5 console fanboys of 2025, like we always do. And the rules for this are the same they always have been. In order to be eligible for this video, it has to be one console fanboy at a time, and I had to dedicate an entire video to them, or they had to have an entire segment dedicated to them in a Twitter Salt video. And I went through my entire goddamn year of uploads to find the other 2 lists. I appreciate you all very much, but my goodness, I've listened to too much of my voice today. But sincerely, thank you guys so much. The fact that I'm even thinking...
I feel that. I hate listening to my own voice. I'll be honest with you. When Alex played the voice clip they used to make the TTS AI, I went to take my dogs for a walk because I don't like listening to myself. I hate the sound of my own voice.
Doing 3 wrap-up videos is absurd. I never thought we would be here as a channel. But here are the top 5 console fanboys of 2025. In a couple days we'll do top 5 worst journalists. A couple days after that we'll do top 5 PlayStation fanboy community meltdowns. Links to all these videos are in the descriptions, and the no spoiler timestamps are down below if you want to skip around and see who's who. Number 5. So at number 5 is the fellow from this video who tried to claim that the Switch 2 is better than the Steam Deck because all Switch games run perfectly.
That's a fucking lie. That's a 100% lie. That is such cope. We know they don't run perfectly. I could literally pull up my Switch 2 and pull out ZA. There's so much shit that's wrong with that game. So much shit that's wrong.
Of course, it does take more time, but every game that is optimized for Nintendo, either Nintendo Switch 1 or 2, is going to play by definition perfectly.
Okay.
That's not by definition. And that's not how that works. That's not how that works, my dude.
See what we're doing here. Every Switch game, Switch 1 or 2, every Switch game is going to run perfectly. My boy, how soon we forget Mortal Kombat on the Switch? How soon we forget Hyrule Warriors? How soon we forget Tears of the Kingdom? Oh, Joe, Tears of the Kingdom, it's a great game. Yeah, sure, it runs like fucking ass, though. We're not talking about the quality of the games or the design of the games. He said the games run perfectly. Are you gonna look me in the face balls and tell me Tears of the Kingdom runs perfectly? Because it fucking doesn't. Plenty of games on the Switch have had subpar performance, or major performance issues, or major glitches. And I wasn't even going to talk about that until you started talking about that.
Scarlet and Violet. Sword and Shield. ZA. Those are made for Switch. Those are exclusive to the Switch. And they have so many glitches, and they run like ass.
Are we really about to say that Valve doesn't have the clout to get games running really well on the Steam Deck, but the Switch, oh, all of them run perfectly? Like, bro, Mortal Kombat looked like this. Hyrule Warriors got down to like 12 frames per second or something. How are we even doing this right now? I love this thing that people do when they're trying to make a comparison between their favorite system and the system that they don't like, the system they're trying to pull people from, their favorite system. And like, instead of explaining why you think your system is better, you just start fucking lying about the other one. Why do you do this?
Because they can't help themselves. Because they cannot help themselves, Joe. That's why. They cannot. They have to cope. They have to gunt guard. They have to seethe and sneed and mold because they can't help themselves. They're pathetic.
I wouldn't be making this video if you didn't do that.
And I've always been optimistic about the Nintendo Switch 2's hardware. I'm hearing that it's more powerful than the Steam Deck, and there's no doubt about that.
On paper, yes. In performance, we'll see. Because, again, it's a PC. It's not a console. It's a PC. You have more customization.
Okay, I get it. Who's number four?
Number 4 is the lad from this video who claimed that console gaming is better than PC gaming because console has more exclusives. That's why it's better.
All your games are belong to us. That's all I need to say. All your games are belong to us.
There's more console exclusives than PC exclusives. What?
PC gaming, massive variety and mods. Access to thousands of games across Steam, Epic Games Store, and indie platforms.
Also emulation. We can emulate all the games.
Yeah.
Like
all your games are belong to us. I will say that all day long. I will say that every time. All your games are belong to us. I could literally pull up any PlayStation game. All of them are on Steam for the most part. I could pull up most Xbox games because there is the Xbox app on the PC. I can play any Nintendo game I want because there are emulators upon emulators that could do it. There are literally YouTubers that make money off of doing it. They make money off of playing emulated games that are modded to hell. So what are you talking about?
Basically all the games, we can emulate them.
Mod support extends replayability and customization. Many console games eventually come to PC, though some remain exclusive.
Yeah, man, I'm just losing sleep over all the games that I can't play on my PC. All the console exclusive games, there's just, I'm just weeping every night at all of the giant list of games
I don't give a shit whatsoever.
I can't play on the PC.
Console gaming, exclusive blockbusters. PlayStation has God of War, Spider-Man, and The Last of Us.
All of
them are on the PC. All of them are on the PC.
those are on the PC. Actually, every single game that you've shown on screen is on PC as well. You've been showing like a montage of PlayStation games, and ironically, you haven't hit any of the PlayStation games that are still exclusive.
All right.
And number 3, this one's fun. It's the young lad from this video who tried to claim that the state of PlayStation Studios is actually the fault of PC gamers. Like, the whole thing, all of the negative criticisms of PlayStation, they're valid criticisms, but actually it's all the fault of PC gamers and not Sony, not Sony's fan base, not any like bad management, not any like market complacency. Actually,
What? Are you fucking... They are sucking Sony's dick all the way to the base and licking the balls. It is fucking insane. What's up, P-Cult?
every problem with Sony is solely the fault of PC gamers.
How? Fucking how?
Zing! As most sensible PlayStation owners will tell you, Sony needs strong opposition to keep them in check. Without it, any company that ends up with a monopoly, just like Nintendo during the NES era, will become anti-consumer no matter what good intentions they had when they were challenging the previous incumbent. I love this. I love this. Sony needs strong opposition to keep them in check. Yeah, that's supposed to be you. You're supposed to stop giving them money. You're supposed to go somewhere else. There is opposition. It's called the PC. It's called the Xbox. Those are the two opposing, like, platform forces to PlayStation. And if PlayStation doesn't have anything to offer you over them, why do you keep giving PlayStation money? Your premise is already broken.
Joe spitting facts. Joe spitting facts. All day long.
You just said Nintendo became a monopoly during the NES era and became anti-consumer. You're referring to Nintendo's monopoly in the past tense, so it's not there anymore. I wonder what happened. Oh yes, people stopped buying the console and went to play their games somewhere else. We call this the Wii U era. Nintendo was trying to convince you that they were better for HD, good hardcore gaming than the other guys, and the other guys were like, are you fucking serious? No. And all at the same time, Nintendo was trying to be like, look, we are the most wonderful family-friendly console, and all the people who are invested in wonderful family-friendly consoles were like, wait, so why would I upgrade from the Wii, which I already have? You're not giving me a reason to. Nintendo stopped.
God. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I need to go check on the doggos. They are giving me problems.
As a resident of Miami-Dade County, it is your right to know the names and likenesses of sex offenders living in your area. As a public service, we have created this videotape so that you and your friends and family can stay aware, stay safe, and maybe even have a little fun. Enjoy.
State of Florida has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad, but now we're good. We're moving into your neighborhood. You know we're trying our best to be functioning members of society. We're not here to start no trouble. We're legally required to do the sex offender shuffle.
I'm Larry Arthauer, and I'll refrain from touching my neighbor's kids again. What I did was not too kind, but I'm a nice guy, you'll come to find. I've got a backyard and a real nice pool. Y'all should come over for a barbecue. We can make some cold drinks in my blender, but do keep in mind that I'm a sex offender.
Vernon Douglas is my name. My battery arrest is what brought me fame. But there's much more to know about me. I love to dance and I love to ski. I zip and stoom on through the snow. Just strap on my boots and watch me go. But I can't ski until December. Till then I'm just a sex offender.
I'm Charles Dolan, dropping rhymes. I've been arrested 7 times. I know that sounds like a lot. 3 of those times were for vandalism. Feel real bad, I got caught. Might do it again, probably not. I'm not here to make pretenses. I'm here because of my sex offenses.
I'm Sam Pound, I'm number 1. Apologizing for what I've done. In case you were wondering what that was, I snuck into a bathroom and I eat no truffles. I'm just here to do the sex offender shuffle.
Hey everybody, I'm Laura Hughes, proving girls can do it too. And by it, I mean touch your cousin. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't. You won't find me in your child's playset, cause I gotta wear this ankle bracelet. I'm not here to go on a bender, I'm here because I'm a sex offender.
Last name Bermholt, first name Mark. I'm moving in somewhere on your block. Not in a house, but in a van. If you need me to move it, I sure can. The last thing I want is any trouble. I've learned my lesson from the sex offender shuffle.
Alright, we are back. Wrong one. There we go. We are back. Sorry about that. I've got dogs that need my attention constantly because they are elderly. So I'm sorry if I had to get up and leave intermittently because I don't have a choice.
Doing things people liked, and no one bought the platform. You see how that's different from a lot of modern PlayStation fanboys and the modern PlayStation base?
Let's see what number 2 is.
Number 2, this one's rough. Number 2 is appropriate. I made a poop joke. It's the young lad from this video who tried to claim that any real Switch, like criticism of the Switch 2 is just grifting. All of it is grifting. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to say about this one, but if you criticize the Switch 2 at all, it's just because you're a grifter. That's the only possible reason for it.
So number 3, $80 video games.
I cannot wait to hear you justify this one. I cannot wait to hear you justify this one.
That is the most retarded thing I've ever heard. Oh my god. I'm a grifter because I like PC games. And I like to clown on the console fanboys. Console. People who like to play on the console, I have no problem with you. But if you want to say that it's superior, that's when I have an issue.
Everyone, like you're saying, these are the big 3 points that the grifters always make. $80 games, I cannot wait for this. Explain to me how digital games need to be $80 right now.
I swear to God, there is not a debate that is more tiresome at this point than people still bitching about $80 games.
And you aren't even going to try. You're just doing the thing where you repeat the argument back in a shady tone of voice and act like that's a counterpoint. Great, I love this.
If you don't like the price of the game and don't think it's worth it, just don't fucking buy it, dude. It's really not.
I'm not going to. I'm going to wait for it to go on sale. I'm going to wait for it to go on sale on the PlayStation, the PC, on Steam, because it will eventually. If I don't think that it's worth that much money, I will wait.
Not that hard. You don't have to sit there and throw a temper tantrum about it. You're not changing the fucking world.
How is that? Dude, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. If you don't like it, don't buy it. But then when people tell you not to buy it by saying $80 games are bullshit, you put them in the list with the hate grifters. You're literally repeating back what the grifters are saying, but you don't see yourself as grifting. Maybe because it's not a grift to criticize this. Oh my.
It's not. It's really not. And that is the dumbest argument. If you say that something is bad, but you can't tell me coherently why, fuck off. It's Darkstalker7770 lost the channel. Good, fuck off.
But at number 1 today, it was never going to be anyone else. It's JTech TV, specifically because of his cosmic level.
Of course it's JTech.
breakdown over the fact that a PlayStation-funded single-player game, that being Lost Soul aside, was launching on PC day one. He wasn't stoked about it.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I'm always with you. Every day, every minute, every second, every week, every month,
every hotel room, every bedside, every snuggle session.
every year. I'm on the same page with you, Brian. But it's not gonna fucking happen. We have too many fucking desperate PlayStation fans that need a W for validation of the purchase of their fucking box.
So PlayStation fans are desperate for W's. I mentioned this in a recent video, where if you say that PlayStation dudes are desperate for W's, the PlayStation guys come and yell at you. Or if you say that PlayStation doesn't have a lot of first-party wins right now, the PlayStation guys come and yell at you. But then, when the PlayStation dudes are
Sorry, Gamer Bro Part 2. You are banned from my community. You know why. And, yeah. Go fix yourself, dude. Sorry about that, guys. Short and sweet. Gamer Bro Part 2 has been kicked out of multiple salt miner communities because he gets so vehemently angry at other people that he threatens them with violence. And he cannot stop himself. I gave him an opportunity in my community to do better. And last night, I found a screenshot that was beyond not okay. And because I want you to see what I'm talking about, I want to make this an example. I'm going to make an example out of this. Let me pull it up. Because this is what needs to be done at this point. This is what was said. I'll scroll down so you can see as much of it as possible. Okay, we'll zoom out. We'll zoom out a little bit so you guys all can see it completely. There. You are one sickening... This is to, obviously, DCG. Or, yeah, DCG, Dreamcast guy. You are a sickening person on this darn planet. You're one sickening person on this darn planet. You're a grifting sack of farts. Not only did you talk about him, you just also decided to put ads in the video, basically profiting off of Vince's death, and don't care about him at all. You just wanted to milk this tragedy for all it's worth. You have to be the most mentally ill, mentally unstable, and miserable person on the planet, on this platform, to do any of this. Let me make it clear how I feel. I feel bad for Vince's family. I feel bad for the passenger that died. I do not feel bad for Vince. Why? Because if you've seen the video of how it happened, it wasn't because he got in an accident with somebody. It was because he was going 140 miles an hour in his fucking sports car and could not handle a turn. He killed somebody and himself out of pure stupidity. I've seen the video. It's bad. I'm as disappointed at the fact your possible parents, going for the parents now, didn't teach you to show some respect and empathy to people, even if you don't know them. And it shows that they failed to teach you proper basic respect and responsibility. Dude. Many people made content over this. It's breaking big news in the gaming sphere. People are going to make content on it. I hope you realize you've done something you will never recover from, and it'll be nobody's fault but your own. You are so lucky I'm not as angry as I used to be in the past. Otherwise, I would be saying things to you that would put me in jail and have my account terminated in seconds. This is where I had the biggest problem. You are still threatening him. That's not okay. That's not okay. Gamer Bro. TL Foxon. That's not okay. And this is why you've been banned from my community, and this is why you've been banned from Dez's community, this is why you've been banned from Gar's community, that's why you've been banned from Alex's community. You did not learn. I gave you the chance. You did not learn. I told you this in DMs. The fact that you popped in here tells me that you don't understand. So, bye. Do not do this, guys. If I catch anybody doing this, if you threaten harm on a fanboy because you are so mentally unstable that you cannot handle your anger, and you have anger issues to the point where you're saying this shit, Get off the fucking internet. Get out of my community. Period. Point blank. All right. Back to the rest of this. We're not going to spend more time on this. We're going to get to other videos, but
talking to each other, they're just like, man, we need W's. As long as other people don't notice that we need W's, we'll openly talk about the fact that we don't have any W's. Man, Sony, they're really letting us down this generation. Then I, as a PC player, are like, hey, Sony's not giving you a lot of first-party games this generation. That's a little weird. And you're like, what? No, stop it, get out of here.
PlayStation is the greatest game company in the fucking world.
So PlayStation fans are desperate for a W, but
no, it's not. It's really not. Dude, I love how these console fanboys completely own themselves. They completely own themselves. Why? Because they will make an argument and then they will completely counteract that argument in the matter of 2 seconds. Every time. It's fucking hilarious.
Also, PlayStation is the best company in the world.
They are already a walking W.
PlayStation is a walking W. Concord, walking W. Factions canceled, walking W. Selling you a PS5 Pro for $700 on the back of their legacy of great first-party single-player games, but also barely any first-party single-player games, W. It's all a W. Raising
Not
price of PS Plus, W. Spider-Man 2 comes out a buggy mess with an underwhelming story, W.
You do not need to give up.
Joe is not wrong at all in this. Not at all. Not at all. But I think we got the gist of it. We got the gist of it. What do I want to do next? What do I want to play next? We've got Alex, we've got Gara, we've got Dez, we've got Angry Vigilante, we've got Player Essence, and we've got Harmon. Oh, and Dreamcast Guy. What should we do, guys? What should we do? What do you think? I kind of want to see this one Harmon take. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Because this is the terrible fucking take. This was posted a day ago. It says, Persona fanboy PC gamers delusionally believe Shin Megami Tensei is better than Pokemon. I'll read that for you again. Persona fanboy PC gamers delusionally believe Shin Megami Tensei is better than Pokemon. That is a retarded take. Let's see how retarded it actually gets.
One of the interesting things about the Pokemon backlash is just how consistently against the brand Persona fans are. Like, Persona fans right now are...
Yeah. Yeah. We'll go Alex after this. Yeah, it is better. It's better quality. The stories are phenomenal in comparison. 3 is iconic. 4 is probably one of the best RPG games ever made. 4 Golden, to be specific. 5 was pretty damn good. For Persona alone. Now, Shin Megami Tensei, those games, again, are better than Pokemon games. They are better crafted. They have more intricacy to them. They aren't hold-your-hand baby games. You're coping. And this is coming from somebody who's a shiny hunter. There has not been a good Pokemon game since Arceus. This last generation has sucked dick. It really has. They've stopped giving a shit. We know it. They've stopped caring. So please, explain to me how Pokemon, a game that is glitch-heavy, that has no polish to it, that is by far, one of the lowest of the low franchises at this point, that gives no fucks about actually making good content. How is it better than Shin Megami Tensei and any of the Atlas games?
Are doing this thing where, like, oh, Pokemon...
Also, you're conflating 2 different series. Persona and Shin Megami Tensei are not the same series. They're completely different. Shin Megami Tensei is much more difficult. Persona seems to be a little more on the side of character building than Shin Megami Tensei is. They're still better.
Cheap and lazy and uninspired. Not like Persona, not like Atlas RPGs. And for that...
They're cheap. They don't have the same depth, and they don't have the same love and care put into them anymore. Before Arceus, I would argue that the last best game was White 2. Black and White 2. I haven't liked any of the games after that, for the most part.
I have to laugh my ass off because SMT reuses its assets all the time. Okay, anybody who's familiar with SMT at all would know that. Like, honestly, I don't even think Persona fans are aware.
Well, hold on. Let's see that again. What did you say?
And lazy and uninspired, not like Persona, not like Atlas RPGs. And for that, I have to laugh my ass off because SMT reuses its assets all the time. Okay,
Pokemon reuses its assets all the time. They bring Pokemon from past generations into the current one to pad their Pokedex. So why do you have an issue with Persona using the same assets that are just kind of redone and done up a little more? Because that's exactly what Pokemon does. Persona and SMT and Atlas just do it better. They just do it better.
Anybody who's familiar with SMT at all would know that. Like, honestly, I don't even think Persona fans are aware that Persona is a spin-off of SMT. But, like, again, the narrative for, like, a
Persona is not a spin-off of SMT. It is not. They're completely separate. Persona was made to be an entry point for SMT originally, but then become an RPG life sim with 3. Yep. Harmon, they have literally been using the same assets from the 3DS in the Pokemon models. I know. Exactly.
longest time has been that Atlas is killing it with RPGs, that Persona 5 is this huge deal, it's this cultural
They
phenomenon.
have. Persona's been great. 5 was phenomenal. I'm gonna replaying it. Or I didn't finish it to begin with on the PlayStation 4 because I stopped giving a shit about the PlayStation 4. I'm gonna 100% it on my PC. And I'm gonna be posting that for members only. Except for the grinding. You guys don't need to see me grind. I 100%ed Persona 4 Golden. I 100%ed Persona 3 Reload. I'm gonna play, after I've 100%ed Persona 5, I'm gonna be playing, Metaphor Refantasio. My brain just, like, short-circuited for a second. I'm gonna be playing Metaphor Refantasio, and then I'm gonna play Shin Megami Tensei 3 and 5, because those are the only ones that are on the PC. They are phenomenally better, and I would rather put my time into those than shiny hunting in Pokemon. I do that off and on. The games are just better. Deal with it, Harmon.
Pokemon can't compete with it, and like Persona 5 came out in 2017.
It can't. It hasn't. It's better.
Okay, we have not gotten to Persona 6. We've got nothing but lazy spin-offs and
What? You do realize that they put a shit ton of effort into their games, right? They brought out Metaphor in the last few years. That's what they were working on. They changed the game. They changed it up. They put something new out. When has Pokemon done that?
and some awful SMT games. Like, what has Atlas done since Persona 5? Meanwhile, you have Pokemon putting out like new games basically every year.
Metaphor Refantasio. I just said it. And they're going to be remastering Persona 4 again, which everybody wants. Everybody wants that. Because Persona 4 is by far the best Persona game that they've put out. Period.
Here, they're killing it with their remakes, with their spin-on titles, with their next generation titles. Like Pokemon is just dominating Persona, and that's not even like.
No, it's not. The only reason why is because of name brand, and because of people that are trying to introduce the nostalgia to their their children and their children's children and whatever, because it's been around for 30 years. That's the only reason why Pokemon is still making any money. Because people are invested in the franchise. The only reason I have the Pokemon games, again, is because I shiny hunt. And there are Pokemon in my living decks that I need to get. That I can only get in the newer games, like ZA. Which is I'm waiting for ZA to have connectivity with home, so that I can transfer those into my big home living decks.
Really debatable. But the narrative has always been this idea that, like, oh, Persona, it's so much more technically demanding. It's so much more of a mature story. It has way more going for it than Pokemon.
It is. It does. You're naming everything correctly. Even though you're trying to say that they're wrong. It is more mature. When has Pokemon had a murder plot that you had to solve? When has Pokemon had intricate relationships with other characters? And I'm just talking about Persona. When has it had thoughtful sprites and Persona compositions? Why are the sprites always better? They put more effort into that shit. They do.
Pokemon, and no, honestly, like Persona 5 is like what?
Yeah, honestly. It does. It has way more depth. Because it's not made for children. Pokemon is made for children.
Like, it takes, like, what, 80 hours to get through the entire thing? The average Pokemon game lasts longer than that.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You could speedrun the fuck out of that without having to go catch everything. And there's still more to do in Persona games. There's other endings, usually. There are achievements that you can get that are so much more difficult. You can level grind like a motherfucker and get better items. You can't do that with Pokemon because Pokemon is very straight line, one note.
Because you will be going around catching everything, you'll be training your Pokemon, you'll be battling other trainers. Like, usually what happens is that you keep playing a Pokemon generation until the next one comes out, okay? Pokemon is endlessly replayable. It has this perfect formula.
It's not endlessly replayable. Because I struggle to go and play the game again. The only time it is endlessly replayable is when people are doing themed runs and because they're Pokemon creators or they're nuzlocking stuff. And even then, a lot of them are modding the fuck out of it. Or they're making completely different games out of them entirely using emulators. It's not endlessly replayable. You're lying.
It is so much fun. Like, Persona 5, in comparison, it really hinges on this idea that it's a lot more mature and it's a lot more complex than it actually is. You know, because you keep...
No, it is a lot more complex and mature. And the characters are fun. It's better. Deal with it. Fucking deal with it.
Seeing Persona fans do this thing where, like, well, Persona's really well written, and, you know, being a novelist, you know, someone who has played Persona 5, I can pretty explicitly tell you...
You're not a novelist. You write glorified fan fiction. I've read one of your novels. I've read some of your fan fiction. It's terrible. You have no expertise here. None. No expertise whatsoever. You want to bank on you being an expert because you've written books. I say books loosely. There's a reason why no publishing company will touch your shit.
That's not true. Persona introduces all these concepts, all these characters, all these ideas, and does nothing.
You haven't missed much, Censored. You haven't missed much. Also, hi, Valkyrie. And Chris Wolf. And our agents. Yeah, you have no leg to stand on.
Nothing with them, you know? It just kind of introduces them and then kind of, like, segues into this bullshit, like, high school anime fantasy where all the girls, like, line up to suck your dick. Like, that is Persona 5. It's not mature.
What? By definition, that's more mature. Because you can't do that in Pokemon. By definition. What? Fucking what? What are they? Let me read some of this stuff. Pokemon has been killing it with their remakes. Weren't Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl deemed massive disappointments and shunned by the fandom? Yes, they were. The franchises are very different, but I do think Shin Megami Tensei is higher quality. Double Cyber 1 and 2 are my faves SRPGs. Not bad. 0 points are made other than Pokemon spends less time on each game and releases slop that sells a lot like COD or Madden and the usuals. Harmon is the Alex Jones of video games. Alex Jones is way cooler than Harmon. Have you actually ever played a Persona or SMT game? Every point you brought up made no damn sense. Correct. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I love Pokemon, but even I thought your arguments were ass. Thank you. That's a dick sucker. What makes Persona and SMT series as a whole better than Pokemon is mechanical complexity. Pokemon is baby's first RPG. For all intents and purposes, it may as well be rock, paper, scissors, but with numbers. In SMT, elemental weaknesses vary widely from demon to demon, not being bound to specific types, and exploiting these weaknesses gets you extra turns through the press turn system. Aside from the two games' usage of type advantage systems, the big thing holding Pokemon back is the way your party is structured. It's really hard to make one-on-one turn-based combat interesting, having only one action per turn heavily limits strategy. You're right. I don't know anything about the Persona series. I feel like Persona 5 was made for a wider audience, the same as Monster World. Even after they remastered Persona 4, most didn't care. Also, crickets for metaphor, that's not true. Most of the hardcore fans got it. Crickets? I don't know what argument you're supposed to be making. What? I have no words. I don't either. I think we got the gist of it. He has no arguments. Yeah, I did. I watched it this morning, and I laughed. Being compared to Lady Dimitrescu? Oh, me likey. Me likey that a lot. Alright, what are we doing next? What are we doing next, Alex? Hey, Ed Shadowbearer, thank you for the 4 months being a member. I appreciate you. Let's get to Daddy.
What if I told you
It's time for Daddy. Daddy. Last night was so fucking funny. You guys are hilarious. You guys are fucking funny as hell.
right now that this may in fact be the last generation where you actually own your hardware or even your video games? That's going to be...
You're not wrong. That's why I'm glad I have Babs. Babs is not going to need to get redone at all for a while. She's good for a hot fucking minute.
An incredibly bold thing to say, but I have a feeling that what we're going to be seeing after the next generation of consoles and even graphics card hardware, you're going to be seeing a lot of companies and corporations, especially in the gaming space, move towards the more cloud-based subscription model, where we're even going to be getting to the point where you're going to be renting your own personal computer or even renting your own console, and the only companies...
That's exactly correct. You'll tell Luke that? Who's Luke? What's up, Mustang? You're gonna have to explain to me who Luke is, Blast. I don't... 1 and 2 does not make, like, 3. Yeesh, Hellfire, simmer. You're becoming way too thirsty for Daddy Alex. He's my bottom bitch, Chris. Of course I'm gonna be salivating over Daddy. Idea for the mommy and Alex TTS. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Yup. I love it. I love it. You guys are so fucking funny. Get a kick out of it. Luke is Raider. Oh, okay. I didn't know his name. Gotcha. Gotcha. Did not know that. But that shit was funny. I liked being compared to Lady Dimitrescu, even though I'm a short queen. I'm a short stack. So, I wish I was that tall. Anyways, Alex is right, because they are... gaming companies and tech companies are banking so much on AI that they are putting their ass in the air and spreading their cheeks, basically. It's gonna pop. The bubble's gonna pop. Someone's gonna stick their dick in there. And they're trying to basically take away ownership of anything. We're not gonna be able to upgrade anything because RAM is gonna be so fucking expensive because nobody's making it anymore. Laptops are going to run like shit. Things are not going to be the same. It's going to be extremely difficult to get new tech, and it's going to suck. Is there a time limit for the second book reading goal, or does the goal stay up until you hit it? It's going to be changed. I'm going to be putting that... I'll put the goal kind of staying the same. I'm going to be putting a new goal come the beginning of the year. It's going to be a smaller one, but it's still going to add... It's going to be the remainder of what we didn't get here. So $1,029. I'll have to read the next Harmon book. That's what the deal is. Once the new year is up. So I'm not going to... I'm going to say it again. I probably said it before. I'm not going to read that book for nothing. I'm not going to read another one of those books for nothing. Because those fucking suck. They are painful.
Standing in the way of all of this is someone that nobody actually ever expected. And that company is Valve. You see, I personally
Gabe. We love Gabe and Valve.
Think that people are getting the idea of the Steam machine completely incorrect, and they're focusing on things that don't really make a lot of sense in the actual future. They may make sense now, but when you're looking at things directly from what's happening right now in the gaming space, and even with AI and GPUs, this could be the one device, the one system that really puts the entire ownership of video games back into the palm of your hand as an actual consumer. And I've been critical of the Steam machine as well for 2 things specifically. 1, we don't know the price, and 2, the 8 gigabytes of VRAM on that simple device. The thing is, though...
Yep. 8 gigabytes of VRAM that's going to be harder to come by because, I'm going to round it up, Valkyrie. I'm going to round it up so that it's not... I don't go by the cents. That's just stupid. I consider it right now, it's at 1971 is where it's at. So it's $1,029. And then I'll read the next book. Because that money is gonna be going towards the VTuber model by the end of the year. Planning on getting a VTuber model done, and it's gonna be like $3 grand, so that's what we're looking forward to in the next year.
I think what we're going to be seeing is the Steam Machine and Valve being the only things left to stand in the way between every other company forcing you to have an online subscription to actually play the games that you bought. Get ready to own nothing and be happy. According to VideoCards.com, GeForce Now...
Eat the bugs, bigot. Live in the pod, bigot. Own nothing, be happy, bigot. God, I'm so sick and tired of these fucking arguments. It pisses me off to no end.
100-hour monthly cap starts January 1st for everyone. A user's chart shows...
Wondering why won't people buy our stuff anymore? Gee, Willikers, mister, I wonder.
Extra time would actually cost. That's right, if you're old like me, you may in fact remember the days of having to go through the grocery store and find AOL online discs where the actual access to the internet...
God, fuck. Oh, that's dating me so hard. I remember that shit. Fuck. I'm so old. I know there are people that are older than me, but God, this dates me so much because I remember that so clearly in the fucking dial-up tone and everything. God.
Used to be charged by the minute. No, yeah, that was a fun one, by the way. You have X amount of minutes per month on your actual AOL usage to go through and actually be online. Unlike today, where it's completely unlimited. We are now going backwards in technology. We're going backwards in space and time to where now subscriptions like GeForce Now are adding specific time restrictions every single month for the services that you in fact pay for. And trust me, where things are going and how I'm going to connect the pieces together, this may in fact be the one tweet you never expected to rock the entire gaming industry. Now, saying all that, I wanted to do a couple of things specifically. Let's go to the GeForce website and see what they actually charge you for their service directly.
Yeah, I'd like to know that too. I didn't see that post at all, so I'm really curious as to what the cost is going to look like. It makes me think of, number one, when you used to pay for your minutes and text messages when you had a phone plan. And pay for your internet usage when you had a phone plan. You had to pay every, like, certain amount of gigabytes used or whatever. You had to pay for how many texts after a certain amount were sent. We are literally backtracking, and it's fucking insane. The insanity of it all. Progressing to regress. Because companies are so into cloud and AI services. Because they want to take you for more and give you nothing in return.
The free tier model of GeForce Now is ad-supported. You can join for free, get access to 2,000 games with 1-hour gaming sessions, up to 1080p resolution, and up to 60 FPS.
Wait, so you can only play a game for an hour? You're gonna start your international art school on Saturday. Nice! Get some sleep. I'm glad you have a scholarship as well, but get some sleep. Don't need to stay here if you don't have the bandwidth. You need to conserve yourself. But an hour gaming session? An hour? Are you fucking kidding me?
P.S. Couple of things right off the bat. The up to means it's not going to be 1080. It means that at some point when you stare at a wall or at a corner, it'll hit 1080p or 60 FPS on that device. Gotta love it. What's the next tier? Oh, look at that. We've got a half-price holiday tier coming up. The $4.99 a month with no ads when it's actually $9.99 a month on the regular price. They decided to cut you a break for 50% off for the holidays. So nice of you guys in video. Way to go. You get 4,000 games to access. You can install to play games, which is a new feature. Really, we haven't had that before already. 6-hour gaming sessions as well. That's incredibly important, by the way. The game session time is also very...
6 hours is all you get. Are you fucking for real? Fuck that.
Important too, and you also got the 1440p and 60 FPS. Then you've got the ultimate tier for $10 a month, when normally it is actually $19.99. Also with no ads apparently. 4,000 games, install your games as well, 8-hour gaming sessions, up to 4K and up to 240 FPS. Now I know you're thinking, Alex, that's just a service. Why would that even impact me whatsoever? Why would I care about that at all? And they even said they're going to be giving you the times in those tiers. The difference though is that in those tiers, you only have a limit of 100 hours per month, which they don't tell you in that specific tier. So even if you pay
only 100 hours a month. Are you fucking for real? Oh my god. Companies, why won't you pay pigs consumer shit anymore? Pay us. Everyone, why? Because complete shitbags make everything so expensive that we can't buy it in any of it. Exactly. Gaming has become more of a luxury than it already has been. The escape that we have wanted and desperately needed, especially during the pandemic, is being taken away from us because greedy fucking pig-ass companies.
Pay for the actual $10 tier or $20, and you get either 8-hour or 4-hour gaming sessions. If you cross that 100-hour threshold per month, prices, in fact, skyrocket exponentially. Somebody on Reddit find out exactly what you might, in fact, be paying. According to Apple Royals on Reddit, GeForce Now will universally limit playtime to 100 hours per month starting January 1st. Here's how much cloud gaming will cost you from now on. And this...
Holy shit. So if you go over, like, half an hour a day, you could be paying up... Holy shit. Look at that. That is ridiculous.
chart is actually fantastic because a couple of things I want to point out on this directly. When you look at the chart, you can see that after 3 hours of playtime per day, you are already at the 100-hour mark, basically at the 99.99 mark for that actual month. The thing is, though, once you cross that threshold, prices, in fact, almost double. If you look at the total cost per month on the performance and the ultimate tiers, you can see that once you cross the 4-hour mark per day, the price goes from $9.99 to $15.97 per month. On the ultimate tier, you went from $19.99 to $31.97 per month. After you increase your playtime every single hour, the price exponentially increases as well. In fact, after 1 year of playtime crossing the 3-hour per day mark, you have spent $191 that year on the performance tier and $383 per year on the actual ultimate tier.
Fuck that. Fuck all of that. Fuck that shit. I don't want any part of that. I don't want any part of that. None whatsoever.
After 5 years of the service, you are getting close to, in fact, $958 on the performance tier and $1,918.20 on the ultimate tier. NVIDIA is moving everyone into this direction. In fact, they're not the only one. There are specific reasons as to why. You see, when you buy a GPU, even if it is $2,000, that is a product that is only purchased one time, and that revenue is only gained one time after that product has been purchased. After logistics, after packaging, after marketing, after getting on stage, after buying Jensen's other jackets, all of those things come into play for the price and cost of that product and how much revenue NVIDIA is making on its own return. The thing is, though, what NVIDIA is trying to do is, in fact, not sell you GPUs. No, they want to rent you your own personal computer back to you by using their own AI data centers. Yeah.
Fuck that. So you're saying that I could buy one of your GPUs and I still can't properly play fucking games. I still can't properly use my fucking computer. Are you for real? Are you being for real for real? They're legit killing gaming for their own fucking greed. It's pissing me off. Yep, they are.
I'm not kidding. The thing is, though, NVIDIA is not the only one to do this. Even though Xbox has gone around and lost the console war, what you're seeing right now is a direct pivot into what Xbox has been looking to do. Create Windows as an actual gaming platform. And the two things they specifically did were basically add cloud gaming to every single Game Pass tier, and then on top of that, they raised the price of Game Pass as well. In fact, you can clearly see from Xbox on their own that Xbox Cloud Gaming with Game Pass went up 45% and is now available in 30 countries. As an actual consumer perspective, who can't afford a lot of actual gaming consoles or systems, either because of just importing and other things as well due to actual prices increasing over time, well, you can clearly see your other access points and ways of companies trying to get more money out of you. The difference, though, is it's not about reaching new customers and accessing them directly because they can't afford to go ahead and buy a console. What they're doing right now is removing the actual physical hardware from you as a customer and consumer, giving that hardware to AI data center companies, and then leaving the only thing left to you is to have cloud gaming services at all. And then
it's so fucking dumb. They want to take everything away. They want to take everything away. They want to take everything from us. They don't want us to have anything anymore. Thank God for Gabe and fucking Steam.
Then, to make matters even worse, what will happen as well is that they'll begin to introduce dynamic pricing. And we showed the actual usage of dynamic pricing in this video just a few moments ago, where NVIDIA decided to say, hey, we want to have a little bit of a sale for our actual online service, even though we're going to be restricting the amount of hours we can actually apply. Oh, hey, for the holiday, here's half off. After the actual holiday in the year begins, we're going to increase the price by 25%. Got a new game coming out, dynamic pricing, we're going to go ahead and increase the price for that month as well. Every single time you're going to be seeing those specific things happen, and that dynamic...
What it is that they are trying to give themselves an inch so that they can take a mile eventually. They're giving themselves inches upon inches upon inches, and then they are taking the liberties and making those fucking miles. The snaky behavior. It's disgusting. I'm sick of the shit.
Dynamic pricing rears its ugly head to then nickel and dime you in every possible sense and literally just go through and ring you for as much money as it possibly can without breaking you, pushing you closer to the breaking point, but not actually making you cross the line. So you'll gladly still give them the money. You'll kind of feel somewhat burned, but you won't feel all the way scammed. And that's where the real scam comes in. And that's where things get real nasty and dirty in the gaming industry. You see, because even though NVIDIA has the lion's share of the PC gaming market, a couple of things are in fact happening. They're focusing more on AI specifically. In fact, here is what's happening with NVIDIA right now and their current models of GPUs. As reported by Puby on Twitter saying this, NVIDIA is rumored to cut production of gaming GPUs by 30 to 40% in 2025 due to rising memory prices and supply shortage. And the thing is, I've talked about this before, and I called out exactly what was going to be happening with the actual cutting of production of GPUs for gaming in the first place and what tiers that NVIDIA is going to be targeting. And it turns out that I might have been right all along. Because according to video...
Wow. Fucking wow. Imagine how bad it will get with Pandemic 2 TM hits. I hope that doesn't happen in our lifetime, at least. Steam is consumer-based and focused too. It's the only thing holding the line. Exactly. And if the video games crash is to occur, I am blaming corporate greed for this. Oh, I'm blaming everybody. I'm blaming every corporation for this shit, besides Steam. Steam has been fine so far. There've been some issues with, like, censorship, but overall, Steam is the only one literally, oh, excuse me, holding the line here.
Videocards.com, the RTX 5060 Ti 16GB could face a production pause as DDR7 supply tightens.
Yep.
Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? The GPU that basically everybody would prefer to buy because it has 16 gigs of VRAM on the card and performs infinitely better than the actual 5060, which only has 8 gigabytes of VRAM. The 16 gig version, that's the one that's going to be held on pause as production tightens for memory, even though NVIDIA is the one going around and causing that production tightening in the first place. Their incessant use of trying to push forward on AI on every conceivable level is exactly what's causing these memory shortages, going around and pushing their products onto every single company and large language models, going through and deciding what's going to happen in the actual gaming space, which means that once GPUs become more scarce, the actual memory shortages, which causes an actual feedback loop, going around and saying, hey, well, even these GPUs are going to be costing more money because their harder to find because all the AI companies are gobbling them up. And since AI companies are gobbling them up and they're paying more money for all those GPUs, and even for that VRAM itself, it's going to cost more money for the actual customer consumer in the first place, leading you...
Yeah, my suggestion is to wait for the next couple of generations because it's going to crash in between the 50 and probably the 60 generation. It's going to crash. They are setting themselves up for failure. They really are. And then they're going to get nothing.
With nowhere else to go, but the only way to play video games would be to sign up for the actual fucking service. Welcome to cloud gaming, everybody. The scam that every single gaming company is not trying to place onto you because you weren't giving them enough money in the first place. And you know what? They're not the only one. Because when you see who's actually buying the GPUs, you're gonna get even angrier. That's because Mark Zuckerberg looks to double Meta's GPU stock to 1.3 million GPUs for AI training. Zuckerberg...
Fuck you, Zuckerberg. Fuck you and your meta cuck shit. Fuck all of it. Steam and Valve are one of the very few companies actually still consumer friendly. Exactly. It's so fucking sad. It's so fucking sad and infuriating at this point.
Announces the effort as Elon Musk is upgrading his Colossus supercomputer and Sam Altman partners to dump $500 billion into Project Stargate. When people are talking about competition in the gaming space now, we're not talking about Xbox versus PlayStation. We're not talking about Nintendo Switch versus everybody else. We're not talking about AMD versus Nvidia. We're talking about major conglomerate corporations versus you, the actual consumer. They're literally trying to privatize actual personal computing. And we're not talking about just the hobbyist builders. We're talking about every single way that you access video games and play them in the gaming space right now. And in the future, it's going to completely evaporate and disappear because these companies will be more than happy to buy up every single GPU, leave you with nothing, make you subscribe to their online cloud streaming service, use those AI data centers that they bought and paid for, which you have to subscribe to now, to go ahead and feed you the actual game over the internet as a cloud streaming platform that you signed up for, that you pay for now on a monthly recurring revenue stream to play the video game, which they can dynamically control the price of whenever a new game comes out. Has it clicked yet? And it turns out that all these...
Yeah, I'm just as angry at the situation as Alex is. It's everybody else is that's a gamer. Because everything is going to explode. It is going to be a massive bubble pop. Because it's not just going to be on the personal side, it's going to be on the corporate side. Because there are companies that run off of having computers. If they don't have those computers, because there's a memory shortage, there's going to be a problem. And when there's that problem, guess who's going to be stepping in? Big government. It's going to be a problem. It's going way, way in the wrong direction, and they don't even realize it.
These companies doing this are also putting people like Valve and you in a precarious situation. Because according to Insider Gaming, Valve is quietly ending production of the most affordable Steam Deck. That's right. Apparently it's getting too expensive for Valve to make the LCD model of the Steam Deck.
Damn.
And they completely stopped production. If you have an LCD model, you literally have an actual piece of history in the gaming space. And I think this is where exactly the Steam Machine is going to fit into this slot. Do I think it's going to be the price of the LCD model? Absolutely not. What I think is going to happen, though, is when we're talking about actual power of computing, Steam seems to be the one odd man out. They are a private company. They're the only ones possibly standing in the way in front of companies like Nvidia, AMD, OpenAI, Facebook, Grok, everything else standing in the way of trying to stop you from owning actual computer games and owning video games in general, while we see even other companies like PlayStation and Xbox move towards more cloud gaming services and subscriptions. And even then, after all of that, companies like Nintendo are not even safe either, because according to WCCF Tech, a report showing that Nintendo now has to spend 41% more on the 12GB RAM chips that it uses to make Nintendo Switch 2 consoles.
And what do you think is going to happen with that? Those $500 consoles, those $450 consoles, they're going to be close to probably $550, $600 now. Maybe more because of this, the shortage, because they need to pay more for chips. Nintendo is thinking that the Nintendo fanboys think that they're safe. The PlayStation boys think that they're safe. The Xbox think that they're safe. You're not. You all use the same kind of fucking materials that we do. All of us are going to be fucked.
Guess who makes the actual board for the Nintendo Switch 2 consoles? It's Nvidia. So now even corporations aren't safe. Corporations are incredibly successful. Corporations that make the most revenue and money on the face of the earth in the video game marketplace. No one is going to be safe from this. And again, like I said before, the Steam Machine, the Steam Frame, and Valve themselves may be the one last hope we have in the video game space to actually have a piece of ownership directly for video games and even personal computing hardware themselves. And even though I'm saying this right now, I've been critical of the fact that 16 gigs of VRAM is not inside the Steam Machine itself. It's stuck with 8. And even we've seen actual Valve engineers say that the Steam Machine is better than 70% of the hardware on the Steam market survey. So you can clearly see what Valve is looking to do. They're looking to make sure that their entire user base doesn't simply move to a cloud-based solution. Valve is not doing this out of wanting to provide you a cool little device. No. Valve is doing this because they see the writing on the wall. They need to provide you, the consumer and customer, a way to access your Steam library and to play your games on any specific device, regardless of how they actually do it. They need a way to provide you with actual personal computing power in your hands locally to give you access to your library as well. And they also want to make sure that you have access to go ahead and buy more games on their storefront and keep that company rolling in the dough. This isn't...
Exactly. Because if they don't do that, then Valve is fucked. Valve subsists off of their player base, their user base, buying games from their platform. If they don't have anything for their platform to be put on, they're fucked.
Valve trying to be nice. This is Valve going around and doing this out of actual preservation. And honestly, it seems like this may be the right call moving forward. We may be seeing a time where we're going to be regressing back in technology and power being owned as an actual customer and consumer. And this is where things are going to get really sticky. Are you going to see...
What's up, Radar? What's up, Radar? I liked the last Salt slander video. That's the kind of slander I like. That's the kind of slander I like. Someone's already probably told you, but I love the reference to Lady Dimitrescu. Good God. Fuck yes. You've stroked my ego so fucking hard.
See the most high-end next-generation games be only able to be played via cloud services because the actual GPUs are not available for customers and consumers, and only to those massive AI data centers as well. Are you going to be seeing exclusive games on cloud services simply because locally owned hardware is not powerful enough to play those games natively on that actual device?
And this is where the platform wars are also coming in. The AI voice is fucking wild. I love it. I fucking love it. So good. I told him it would be more fun than Harmon. I figured you would enjoy... Oh, I enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed it very much. This shit is so funny. I'm getting a kick out of it. I really am.
Device, and the only way to do so is to sign
But
up.
like I'm saying, it's gonna be a platform war. Alex is right. Fertanga's right. Joe's right. Everybody in the Salt Mining community that said that this is gonna be a platform war is completely right. Because you're no longer gonna have a fucking console to play shit on. Everything is gonna be in cloud. And the fucking console fanboys have no idea. They're just staring at a brick wall. They have no clue. They're blind. Heads in the sand.
For that cloud service. This could spiral the video game industry into something that no one was actually expecting. We've seen so many people talk about actual ownership in games. Well, that ownership is evaporating in front of everyone. And instead of people just going around and seeing what's actually happening, they're too busy console worrying about how many PS5 sales were done in November. And if you think I'm being hyperbolic about the entire thing, I want you to look at this specifically because here's one article that really shocked me to the core when I saw what happened. And when you see this too, things are going to get really weird in the next couple of years. OpenAI's Stargate project is set to consume up to 40% of global DRAM output. It inks deal with Samsung and SK Hynix to the tune of up to 900,000 wafers per month. I want you to...
Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. That's nuts. That's nuts and that's scary. Y'all better be holding on for dear life and taking...
Fucking chainsaw to it. Motherfucking chainsaw. Get a motherfucking chainsaw.
Thank you, Mr. Big 200 for the sub. I appreciate it. Good God, this is bad. This is going to be really bad, guys. We're going to have a problem very soon. Everything that you've got, you better hold on to dear life and try to keep it running, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to access your shit anymore. 900,000 a month? Yeah. That's a lot. So if Babs fucking shorts out, I'm not going to be able to fix her. At least not in a cheap way. It's going to be fucking expensive to fix her up. So I'm going to have to take care of her even more. Y'all probably should do the same with your game systems and your computers. Because if we can't weather the storm, we're fucked.
You need to think about the words that I just said, especially those last three words. Wafers per month. We're not talking about actual chiplets. We're talking about wafers. Things that even the OpenAI team and the data centers cannot even use because those wafers have not been processed. OpenAI is not buying all this RAM to make ChatGPT better. OpenAI is buying all these wafers of RAM to go through and stop the competition from having access to it as well. Literally starving everybody out. And then at the same time, once those wafers are used and then turned into chiplets, you can't even use it as an actual consumer because it's been processed far too much. So even then, it all becomes actual e-waste at the end of the day. You have massive companies working against you in every single facet of the imagination you could possibly see in the gaming industry. You have AI companies literally buying up literal wafers, 900,000 of them per month, in order to go through and stifle actual competition, restrict product in the actual space, and then stop you as a customer and consumer from owning any personal computing power at all, thereby forcing you as a customer and consumer where the only way you can actually own your entertainment or even have some sort of entertainment is to simply access by paying that cloud service into that AI data center every single month through their own dynamic pricing so you can go through and play a fucking video game in the first place. One of two things is going to happen. Either A, the AI bubble is going to completely explode and all these companies will come crawling back to customers and consumers, or B, it's going to get exponentially worse and people are not going to be looking to play newer video games at all. They're going to be looking towards retro and emulation and going back in time to play all the older games.
And this is why we have a Steam backlog, guys. That's why we have a backlog. Because I've got 600 plus games that I have still not touched. In total, I have 781 games. I have 700 plus games that I can just fuck around with, get achievements, enjoy over and over again. Seriously. I got so much shit that I can do. Because I have all these games. Get them while you can own them.
in their library. Even Steam said it themselves. Only 14% of players played new games. Everybody else was stuck playing the old stuff, but that doesn't help companies like Valve at all, especially if there's no computing power left for anyone to even buy a game to play natively locally on their hardware in the first place. And that is why I feel that right now, Valve is literally the only company standing in the way of you actually owning your video games, even though they are digital licenses. Even though I'm going to have somebody in the comment section go, oh, you don't actually own them. You own their license to them. Yeah, okay, we get it. You can tip your fedora all day long, but I'm not talking about ownership in terms of ownership and licensing. I'm talking about ownership and playing your video game locally on the hardware that you purchase that you have. Because soon, you're not going to have any hardware whatsoever. It's just going to be an app on your TV with a Bluetooth controller that you connect to and a service that you pay monthly for as they time restrict you. And if you go over that time, they'll be more than happy to charge you more. Valve and Steam, in my opinion, are the last bastions of video games. And I really hope the Steam machine will be so successful, it'll be the one thing standing in the way of this insane industry. But you know what? I want to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comment section down below. Do you think Valve and Steam are going to be successful? Do you think the air bubble is going to pop? Or do you think things could in fact possibly maybe even get better or maybe worse? I want to hear what you guys have to say. If you want to see more of this kind of content though, more gaming news, more PC port reviews, Steam Deck videos, emulation content, fanboy videos, and hot takes of the gaming industry, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way.
Thank you for a great video showing us exactly where the fuck we're going. So we've got two options here, guys. It's either I stop now and I come back later to play games, or I pause, go check on the husband. Oh, actually, no, I'm gonna have to stop. There's more that I would have wanted to cover, but I just don't have the time. I have shit that I have to do. I have dogs that I have to take care of. I have to go wake the husband up and make sure that he's fed. I have to go to the store to do that. So, thank you guys for coming by and hanging out. Congratulations to Daddy Alex for hitting 100,000 subscribers. I'm hoping to get to 3, maybe by next year. End of next year, maybe if I can get to 5 by the end of next year, I will be fucking over the moon. But thank you guys for coming by and watching. I know it's not a lot, but I very much appreciate you. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.